Okay, Mr. Cross, we want to know what is the AEP?
Tanya T, the AEP is the annual enrollment period. In fact, it starts today, October 15th, and it goes to December 7th. What it does, it allows you to change your Medicare plan or get on a Medicare plan in case you missed the opportunity earlier. And you can also change your drug plan. So you have an open enrollment going on right now from October 15th to December 7th.
Okay, so get on it, right?
Oh yes, absolutely, and that's why we see all the advertising and stuff going on right now to encourage you to, get better benefits or check out your options. And you can either go to Medicare.gov and it will tell you some information about the different plans out there, or you can call senior healthcare professionals at 832-517-0554, or go to seniorhealthpros.com. That's my website, and this gives you all the information you would need as well to not only contact me and know what's the newest plans out there and what they're doing.
Okay, great. So now we know what to do. We're going to move on to some questions, and all the answers is located here in this Medicare book. So it's very important. So let's go to our first question, Mr. Cross.
Okay.
Now, what is this about Medicare beneficiaries? Won't have to pay 164.54 a Part B Medicare for 2024. If you reside in the Houston, San Antonio, Austin, or El Paso areas and the surrounding, this sounds like it's just too good to be true.
Yes. Well, actually, Tanya T, it's not too good to be true. $164.50 is called the Part B Medicare Premium. Uh, you're fortunate to live in Houston, Texas here, and also any of the other major cities. I hate to say it all except Dallas is honoring this new benefit, in which case the 164.50 will be paid for by one of the plans out there. But there's even more as well, because you can have the 164.50 paid by the state of Texas based on a certain income level. And again, everything that I am talking about is right here in the Medicare and You Handbook. It starts on page 91. And so I would recommend, if you have this book, if you haven't thrown it away yet, I hate to say that, um, hold on to this book. It's like the Bible for anyone who's on Medicare. It tells you anything you want to know, but I'm focusing more on page 91 because that is the page from 91 to page 96 that gives you the information to apply for these benefits.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. That was really great information. Now, my next question that we have, many Medicare individuals are wondering why they have not heard any of this information. Now, why is that?
Well, Tanya T, actually, the information is being put out there. However, is vague. When you see these Medicare commercials and they're talking about this benefit and the flex card and what have you, this is what they're driving at. But what they're not telling you is how do you really get these benefits, because they're limited to what they can verify based on your income being at a certain level compared to what Mr. Cross can verify, which opens a lot more opportunities for people to get these benefits.
Okay, great. Now, a little earlier, you mentioned that this information is mentioned in Medicare plans commercials on TV all the time, but they never mention how you can get this information or extra help.
Well, again, uh, first of all, I want to say I am an insurance broker for as long as 42 years in the business now.
Yes, 42
And
years.
these benefits are readily available, again, through certain state agencies. However, things have changed since COVID, and a lot of the offices have closed down, but you can go online and still have access to these benefits. And I think I can mention one of the websites is yourtexasbenefits.org. plural.com. And you want to go there and establish a user and a password. And again, if you use a computer or computer savvy, that's going to be wonderful. If not, get one of your kids or grandkids to help you out, because this is how a lot of people are missing the boat is they don't use a computer, and everything has been automated to the point to whereas if you don't have a computer to sign yourself up, you're not going to get these benefits. Again, you have to call Mr. Cross at 832-517-0554 or contact me through my website, seniorhealthpros.com, and I will direct you to the third party here in the four cities I mentioned: El Paso, San Antonio, Houston, and Austin, who will sign you up for these benefits.
Okay, great. Now, this brings us to this great question. And I know a lot of people want to know this. Okay. What are the requirements to not have to pay this 164.50 that's deducted from your Social Security check every month?
Yes, good question, Tanya T. What you need to do, first of all, is there's an income requirement. And again, I'm going to refer you to page 91 in the Medicare and You Handbook, but I can give that information to you here briefly. Um, for an individual, and again, you're not going to hear this anywhere else. The requirement is to have an income below 1660. That's $1,660 a month. If your gross income does not exceed that, you qualify to have the state pay your 164.50 Part B premium. You're not going to hear this just anywhere. But if you respond to what you see on television, it gets a lot more complicated and cumbersome because they don't recognize that figure. They can only verify a number of $1,235, which case you have a big gap between 1235 and 1660, and this is where everyone is missing the boat. So call Mr. Cross, please.
Yes, call Mr. Cross.
Okay.
Oh, he has a lot of information, and this is awesome. Thank you so
You're
much.
more than welcome.
We got a really good question here. Now, you have the doubters. So we want to know what is in it for you? Okay. 42 years, and I'll say again, 42 years.
Yes.
Okay. You have helped low income and underprivileged exercise their rights, okay, and getting assistance for extra help. What is it in for you?
Well, once I get you these Medicare savings program where the state is paying your Part B Medicare premium, that takes you to a different status altogether. Suddenly you're a dual
Okay.
eligible individual. Dual meaning you got Medicare, which is a federal benefit, and you have Medicaid, which is a state benefit. They complement each other once you qualify for what we call a Medicare savings program. And again, I'm going to emphasize going to page 91 in the Medicare and You Handbook for 2023 or 2024. They're on the same page by coincidence, and you will be able to read up on that. There's about 3 pages to read there. I'm going to say do that. And if you have any further questions, again, you can call Mr. Cross and I'll be happy to point you in the right direction. And what's in it for me is depending on what you need as far as extra benefits. And I won't get into too much details on that, but there is a plethora of benefits out there for you on a silver platter. But you have to start yet somewhere, and that's with contacting the Department of Human Services Commission in any state that you live in. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, that this booklet is the same in all 50 states. It's a federal program. You
Okay.
just call this number and they will make sure you get signed up for your Medicare savings program. So they're going to do a lot of this stuff for you if you don't want to do it yourself. I do want to make one point here: it's much faster to do it yourself. So if you can go down to the Department of Human Services Commission, if you can find an office that's open, and there are a few still open here, I can again disclose that if you contact me, at least for the area of Texas. But these rules apply nationwide because we use the same booklet from the federal government nationwide. So whatever goes in Texas, same thing applies in Rhode Island or Hawaii or Utah. It makes no difference. Okay.
All right, I guess you heard. From Mr. Cross, all of the answers are in this book. All right, thank you so much. And we'll be back with more great information with Mr. Cross.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming.